Episode 21, guys.
Let's get her going.
Get it going.
Yeah.
21.
Good
Holy
Sunday.
smokes. We're legal everywhere now.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, it's too early and I just hit the puck on the mic. Awesome. Hey, good morning everyone, or evening or night, wherever you are. Welcome to Into the 99, where we have 99 cards and Commanders number 1. I'm one of your hosts, Sherman.
I'm Hope.
I'm Daniel.
And I'm Brian.
And please forgive us, we're a little groggy this morning.
Some of us are. Not me.
Yeah, I'm jacked up on two energy drinks.
Yeah,
so.
Brian is raring to go. Homeboy is shaking.
I'm on my first coffee still, so I'm just trying to get there.
I don't even know if you call that coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, it's iced coffee, granted. So, Tim Hortons, yay! Okay, anyways, today we are going to just talk about, well, random cards that we feel that no one plays, but
Yeah,
are fun.
basically some powerful underplayed cards.
Yeah, or some powerful cards that are just powerful.
They might not be powerful, but they're underplayed.
Yeah, they're
definitely underplayed.
And
They have value.
well, I threw up a lot of jank stuff, so I don't know about you guys. So, you know
All
me.
the jank.
As per usual.
Yeah.
No one expects it. Okay, that's what I love. No one expects it. No, it's hard to counter when you do something stupid like that.
It's fun to play cards that people are like, what is that?
Yeah, and they have to read it, even though it has like 2 lines of text.
Did you see the speaking of stupid cards, did you see that I pulled out a Sisters of the Flame for you? Not for you, but like for you. So, in Daniel's like wonderful findings of magic cards, there was a Sisters of the Flame, and I was like,
Yeah, Daniel was like messaging us like, oh, like I'm going through all these old cards and everything. Here's this card for like banding. Here's like all these like
from when he was a kid, but they're all like wrapped up with rubber bands.
Yeah, it was
GG, sir.
Oh, it's so brutal.
A whole lot of Tempest cards, which was nice.
But it physically hurts me to see them wrapped up like that.
Yeah, because they're all bent and everything and whatnot.
No sleeves, loose in a backpack. Ugh. Okay.
You should just put it on.
He
on
told me
Instagram.
to sleeve up a card this morning. Yeah.
Yeah, we gave you the actual.
What gave you the right?
Oh, but like, yeah, like we're gonna talk about random cards that we feel that are like powerful but underplayed.
Should see more play.
Should probably see more play. If you play it more, yeah, that's fantastic. If not, not a big deal. Maybe it doesn't work for your strategy or for your deck or whatever. But
a lot of these are cards that like until this is gonna sound so stupid, but until I'd heard of it, I'd never heard of it. You know what I mean? Like you had to like come across
it. Underplayed.
Yeah, it's like you had to like stumble across it like in a box, and because it's an uncommon that nobody would ever play. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Or
who goes searching through boxes of cards?
like a
that
damn
is
fool.
beneath me.
Me all the time. Well, a lot of people do. When we've talked about deck building before, a lot of people do really like to just grab the EDH rec list, pick up what's recommended, and not really change it. They change it as they play and stuff, but you don't see a lot of uncommon cards, which
you don't see much variety.
Yeah, it doesn't lead to a lot of deck diversity. If someone's like building a Muldrotha, most people build it really similar. That's why we like to see different ones and see what directions people take.
Totally.
Yeah. So like, and we all have different play styles, and that's one of the reasons why like we're coming up with this list, because like each of us have like pet cards, you know, or like we use certain cards that no one sees, and we personally find that they're devastating or they work really really well for different situations. So like I'm gonna start off with one that I mentioned before in a previous episode. I don't remember which one, but it is Noetic Scales. Okay, it's an artifact, 4 mana. Or at the beginning of each player's upkeep, okay, return to its owner's hand each creature that player controls with power greater than the number of cards in their hand.
A really good defensive card.
That personally would devastate me.
I think I have to pick up a couple of these to throw it into like Mogus and stuff like that. It's just like another way of keeping creatures away from me.
Also into even Alila, because you're making so many flyers and stuff that are small beatdown flyers. You're not gonna
don't drop like 3 cards.
Yeah.
See the
nobody's got blockers kind of thing. So.
Yeah, this card is devastating. Like I had this in my book tribal.
Yeah,
okay? And whenever I pull it out. Okay, it's because I'm tutoring for it, or I just have it in my hand. But normally I'm tutoring for this card because it devastates people. You have because my book tribal, I use Sai as the Master Thopterus as my commander. Okay, because it's mono blue. All right, So I'm going to create a lot of doctors, and all of my things are underpowered. This rebalances everything for me. So if you have like a Beastmaster Ascension, I don't care. Okay, unless your creatures have haste,
you can't get it off.
You can't get it off.
Yep. That's the thing that kills me, is because usually when I'm playing creature heavy decks, I'm also playing like a lot of ramp, so I don't usually have a lot, if any, cards in hand.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like you're shutting down big creatures.
Well, you're shutting down Voltron stuff too. People, it's really hard to equip
one creature,
especially against an equipment deck like my Sir Gwyn deck, all equipment based and everything. And that's good for one turn, but then I have to sink all the mana again to not only cast the creature, but to re-equip. That's brutal.
That would be okay with like Balin or something.
Yeah.
But this is devastating for everything. Like Omnath, people can't really deal with.
I need to play Doran and nothing else against this.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, and that's the thing. Like it forces people to plan out things better, because like they have a limited hand size now, because you're saying you have to have a lot of cards in your hand. Okay, if you don't, then you have to make sure your creatures are really low power.
Yeah. You want to cast that 6/6?
That's that sweet Arcades deck.
This would be really bad for my Hazoret deck.
Yeah.
Where I like to be hellbent, no cards in hand.
Yeah.
Like I've beaten people down with this when they've played Corvo, because Corvo already like it's a 5/5, and then when it comes out and you have to sacrifice, so it's 6/6, and it just every time you attack whatever keeps getting bigger, so it just shuts it down.
Yeah.
It shuts down on that
immediately.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Okay. Because now they can't store the mana.
Yeah.
So
it ruins that deck.
Yeah. So like whenever I play this, I
mean, there's a lot of artifact destruction in green. It's not that hard to get rid of it.
Like it is easy to get rid of, but at the same time,
there's
it can be devastating.
There's a lot of everything in Magic. That doesn't mean people build with it.
Yeah. A lot of people like I've sat there with. Well, what like in our games on Friday, the guy had like this. I can't remember exactly what enchantment it was, but it was there for turns.
Yeah.
No one touched it.
There's a ton that just can't get through.
Yeah, he just sat there. He's like, I'm surprised that I've had this for this long.
He also had Mycosynth out for what, like 6 turns, 7 turns?
I think longer than that.
That's brutal.
Yeah, anyways, that's what it was.
Yeah, Mycosynth is nasty.
Well, yeah, we've talked lots. People just don't bring enough destruction to the table.
Yeah,
true.
It's true. Like they either expect someone else to answer
with
it.
all the destruction.
Yeah. But sometimes, like, you have to have your own removal, just because, once again, it's not devastating to, like, whatever card is out there. It might not be devastating to everyone, but might be devastating to you.
Yeah, you need to know what your deck's power is. And there's some things that just should be in every deck. Like, every green deck should have a Naturalize. Every white deck should have Armageddon.
Yeah.
That
everyone should be running Cyclonic Rift. Everyone should be running...
Blue Cyclonic Rift, red Obliterate, we get it.
Yeah.
Don't even joke about that.
Yada.
Yeah. So...
Nasty.
Let's keep going here. Daniel, this is one of the cards that you wanted... that you listed off here. Primal Command.
Which never hits the table ever. I never seen anyone play it, and it's so good. I love it.
It's true.
It is neato.
I talk lots about how much I love any of the cards that have modes available.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like a choose your own adventure book.
It is.
Literally.
Yeah.
Can that go in Book Tribal? Does it count?
No, unfortunately, no.
So it's 3 and 2
It does have a glyph, though, or at least it looks like a glyph.
Yeah.
Glyphs don't count.
It's like writing. It's 3 and 2 green sorcery. Choose 2. Target player gains 7 life, or put target non-creature permanent on top of its owner's library, or target player shuffles the graveyard into their library, or search your library for a creature card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle, which is kind of dope.
Yeah,
I'd probably use that. I'd probably use that graveyard reshuffle.
Yeah, graveyard reshuffle, grab a creature, or bounce something.
Well, the nice thing is you get 2, so you can get yourself some life. You can tutor a creature, which every green deck likes to do.
Yeah.
5 mana's pretty light in a green deck.
Yeah.
Especially to search up a creature.
Yeah. Well, to do 2, like to be able to, if you need to bounce something or you want to bounce something.
Yeah, you want to put that Noetic Scales back as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
The sorcery speed does slow it down a little. If this was an instant speed card, then I think it would be obviously
way better
in a deck, but...
Well, just like what the cryptic command is an instant.
Yeah, cryptic command is like an instant. It's like probably the best of all of them in that sense. And I went in austere command.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, austere command's great.
Yeah. The red one is stupid. I can't even remember it, but I don't care for it.
What? There is a red one?
Yeah. Yes. Leave my red alone.
But I do think that this card is interesting. Like, although, like you said, like the sorcery speed kind of does bring down its power level a little bit. It's still,
I feel like it needs to. If you could instant speed 5
do
mana,
2 of these,
bounce a permanent, and fetch a creature, that's pretty.
But
devastating.
when you
Yeah.
think about it, it's 2 cards in 1. And,
Yeah.
and the 5 mana cost is that.
Yeah.
Like a 3 and a 2 cost.
Yep.
It's really low for 5 mana. You get like even though it's sorcery speed, you get to do 2 of these things which are really really strong. Like I'm down for that, but like you said, like not many people play this. And
Well, Brian, the way you said it there actually does make it good. If there was a 3-cost search a
Search.
creature,
And a 2-card
you'd
bounce.
include it for sure. It'd be a good
Yeah.
one.
yeah,
And then also, yes, a 2-card permanent bounce in green would be a auto include for everything.
What are you doing? Daniel's
the Rogers-
smacking the wall.
The Rogers cell phone service is coming through the mics.
yeah. It's just like okay. Anyways, but yeah, Primal Command, like at the same time, it's only 5 mana. It's not that bad. With a Cryptic Command, yeah, it's 4 cost, but it's also 1 blue. It's annoying to cast if you're
Yeah.
playing more than 2 colors.
But yeah, like with this, like I'm just looking at like all the different abilities, like a 3 cost to reshuffle your library, like all those creatures that someone killed, like,
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
them all back, and then a 2 cost search as well. So
Yeah,
You can go find whichever
yeah,
you want.
I'm gonna put my creature back in my library
Even
and then
a,
go find
even a
it.
2-cost in green that was gained 7 life would be a good card.
Yeah.
And you get to
That's
stack,
true.
and you get to stack these how you want, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can shuffle them back and then you search
And
for
then
whichever
put it on
you
top.
want.
And then go
Yeah.
get my creature that you guys
And then
obliterated.
force yourself to draw, and you've got it. Yeah, good to
Yeah.
go.
I think so, at least. I'm not sure.
No, you should be.
I don't see why not.
Well, let's see. There's
Let's-
there
yeah.
a Rotex Primal Command order performed in order listed. If you put a non-creature permanent on the top of its own library and have that player shuffle their graveyard in the library, that card is shuffled away. Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Ah.
So in the order listed. So it is, yes, you can shuffle and then go get
and then
it.
Yeah.
search.
So
Nice.
That's pretty
perfect. So,
Nice.
Booyah!
oh yeah.
That's actually really interesting to know, like, with the modes, is that they resolve, like,
in order.
How I swap them?
consecutively. That's something I never even, like, considered.
I never thought of that. I would, because I would probably just like switch it up and everything. But it's good to know that you have to go in order in that
Yeah.
sense. So, so that's one of the ones here. This one I like a lot. I'll play this sometimes because like sometimes I'll play with like big creatures, and when you have this out, it's really really hard to deal with. Okay, and this is for white. 2 and a white called Divine Presence. It's an enchantment.
Great card.
Okay. If a source would deal 4 or more damage to a permanent or a player, that source deals 3 damage to that permanent or player instead.
That would annoy
Turns
me
a
so
Blasphemous
bad.
Act into 3 damage a creature. Turns my, hey, I'll hit you for 40 commander damage, double strike into 3.
Yeah.
3.
It's
Well,
hilarious.
Double
6.
strike.
Yeah,
No.
3
Yeah.
double strike.
Yeah.
It's
But
hilarious.
But still.
That would,
would it be the
super
6?
brutal.
It'd still only be the 3, wouldn't it?
No, because double
Because
strike
it's
is 2 separate
instances of
times.
con-
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
So
damage.
it's still,
Yeah.
it'd be 6 because of that.
Yeah,
But
gotcha.
this once again, this shuts down a lot of decks. Okay? Because the most are, like, you don't care if something's 2020 with trample and all that stuff. No. Okay? It'll come in, it's 2020, sure. I'm still going to take 3 damage. Don't care. Because it says the most I can do is 3 damage. Okay?
And the creature would absorb all that, right? There would be no trample going through.
It
Well,
doesn't
unless
matter.
it went over 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So even if the...
But when it deals damage to the creature, it would be reduced down to 3. So if the creature is able to block
No,
all
so
3...
you have to... You have to
Oh, no,
do
you
a
have
certain
to.
amount of-
Yeah, that is an interesting way. If it was a 2020 being blocked by a 2/2, you would only have to assign 2 of the damage to the creature,
And take 1.
and you could trample over, but the trample would also be reduced down to 3. So you could do 3 to the player, 3 to the creature.
Yeah, unless you have something
Okay.
like Death Touch.
Oh, okay.
Because,
Okay.
yeah, the damage has to be dealt first and then.
Yeah, and it has to be
But if the
lethal
creature
damage.
absorbed all 3 damage, then nothing would trample.
Yep.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, well, trample is really interesting.
Oh, no. For trample, it would go over. So if it
Yeah.
was a 3/3, then it would go over. You still have to... Because before damage is done is the assigned damage. So if it's I have a 5/5, before I can apply any trample, I have to have lethal. That's why in Death Touch, I can apply 1 damage. That will kill the creature, and the rest,
The rest
tramples.
goes over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so before damage can be done, even to be prevented, it has to be assigned.
Yeah, so you still have to assign a minimum.
Very interesting.
Here, which is
Interesting
going-
rules facts.
Yeah.
So I think that makes it interesting
I think
to
it's
talk
neat.
about.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I don't think I even knew about the death touch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because you only have to do 1 damage to
Yeah.
do lethal damage
yeah.
with that touch.
and then you
Fun
just
fact.
roll right over.
Knowledge is power.
The only thing that stops that is banding.
Yep, Eddie. I
We
did
know.
That. Yeah, did that to Eddie. He was not pleased.
I've learned about it.
Yeah,
Banding's a weird
I
mechanic.
hate it. It's so weird.
it's lovely, but
It's weird.
Divine Presence is one of those cards that, once again, like if you're playing like a Pillow Fort deck, it's devastating.
Yeah.
Okay, and like if you're playing an aggro deck, it's not so great because like even if you attack with something, people can be like, I'm not gonna block. I'm just gonna take 3/3/3/3. Okay,
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. This shuts down aggro
That
decks a lot.
adds up so much.
I was gonna say, like, if you can take all the 3s you want, my friend. I'm like, I'll keep swinging at you.
Yeah.
There's 7 of them. That's
If I don't have
quite
a way
bit
to
of
get rid of that
damage.
enchantment, you finna die.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you for 3 every single time. Like, but this is great against other things like if someone tries to fireball you in the face or anyone in the face for like 30 damage or whatever, then that once again it's gonna be down to 3 damage. So putting in all that mana is kind of pointless. So Fire Song and Sunspeaker, this shuts it down.
I'm gonna have to get this card. All honesty, thank you for showing it to me.
It's a good
Yeah.
card. And it's, especially you're making your new
Shakes her
enchantment deck, that is a really, really good Pillow Fort.
Yeah, it is a great Pillow Fort. Just because
Well,
like you're not gonna really
There,
have.
there's
that
so
altar
many,
that I got, this would go perfect in it.
well, there's so many things as well that reduce, like, prevent one of the damage dealt to you, prevent one of it.
Yeah.
And you stack your own triggers.
Yes. So
So you reduce it down to 3, then you prevent one of the 3, prevent one of the 3, and you end up taking 1 damage from a 20/20. Gross.
yeah, it's
How was
hilarious.
that?
Oh boy, but yeah, like once again, like this card is a little bit more situational, just because like is against aggro decks and you have to be basically a Pillow Fort deck or whatever. So, but other than that, yeah, it's a janky card. It's really cheap. I think it's like at most like $2 I've seen, but normally it's like $1, like $1 rare. So it's not that bad at all. So
Yeah.
3 mana, low CMC, you can bring it out fast, all that stuff.
That's not bad at all for $1.
No, it's
Nah.
not bad at all. Nothing will compare.
Almost too easy.
I might have a new white staple.
Brian heading out to the card store.
But it is a solid card for sure.
Yeah. So, we have Ash Barrens for a land here.
We talk about what shouldn't be in every deck. This should be in every deck.
Yeah. And monocolor, no, but like 2 colors or more, I could see Ash Barrens being used. So Ash Barrens is a land.
Even in monocolor, though, you still want to include some of the stuff that lets you go and fetch. Because
True.
if you throw it out, you still have the shuffle, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. So, Ash Barrens is a land. It's just tap for a colorless mana, okay? But it has basic land cycling for 1, okay?
So it's a color fix.
Yeah, so it is a color fix, which is why it's like it'll be great for like if you're playing like a 3 or 4 or 5 color deck.
Yeah.
Okay. Monocolor, yeah, sure, I can see where you're getting at. Like especially like if you have an extra card, like if like turn 10 or something like that, you draw and it's like I don't need this, cycle it through just to get rid of it or whatever.
It's also like good if you're playing a colorless deck. Like if you're playing Eldrazi or
That's
Artifact
true.
Heavy or whatever. Like who cares?
Go fetch wastes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So like yeah, you're filtering for like one
Colorless.
one land, so it's not like filtering in the mathematical grand scheme of things isn't a big deal in Commander as opposed to like 60 card, and even then that's like very negligible, very small difference. Ash Barrens though, I do have to agree though, like it should go into more decks for sure.
Yeah.
I could definitely throw that into my my group hug just so I can make sure I go get my lands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, or into any of your decks, really. Like it's like that.
Literally.
I don't think I have a single color deck in all honesty.
No, but not having like if you're sitting there trying to play Mogus and you're only drawing mountains, it's a real good card to draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you are like grabbing that second.
Go get your swamp.
Yeah, get your swamp and everything. Especially if someone's like targeting, with like a strip mine or whatever, just targeting one source.
My way of looking at Ash Barrens, though, is that you should not include it as one of your lands that you're including. Include it as an additional. And so if you're going to run like a 33-66 mix, like a really aggressive one, don't make this one of the 33 ones
No.
because you want to cycle it as
Make
a
it
land.
part of the 66.
Yeah, exactly.
Consider it like a spell, not like a land.
Yeah, exactly. Make it a 1-cost instant speed, go get a land.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Oh, that's very, very fair. And I like the fact that like the cycle cost is low. It's 1.
Yep.
Okay. I like for something like this, I would expect a 2.
In his cycling, instant effect?
Yes.
Because
Yeah, so end step
You
of
pick-
someone's turn, you could do it.
Yeah.
Okay, and can it be targeted?
What,
It can-
what do
no.
you mean by target?
Cycling's an ability, it's not a cast.
Okay.
So they'd have to stifle it.
And I can't imagine that anybody
Someone
would
stifling.
waste. I would.
I'm gonna go get this land. No, you're
I
not.
would literally just let them win. I would give them the win for
One-
that.
one
That
of
is an amazing play.
One of the best things I've ever seen is somebody mulligan 3 times so they finally had a hand that was okay. And they're like, all right. And they went to turn 1. They went second, but turn 1 they tried to play Soul Ring and then Mox Diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was mental misstep on the Soul Ring and Force of Will on the Mox Diamond.
Oh my god.
And they had nothing else. They kept that hand for the 1 mana. They were playing a Morrowind deck, and they didn't play a single thing for the rest of the game. It was 5 turns till they drew their next land,
Wow.
and they didn't
Oh
drop
my
anything
God.
else. And it was the mental misstep. I'll be honest, that made me laugh. But the Force of Will,
That's
That,
painful.
Oh,
that's crazy.
it was
That's hilarious.
brutal. I loved it.
Oh.
Right? It's like, I feel like there should be like,
Honestly, elves deserve that in a lot of
I
games.
honestly, I kind of feel like there should be like an additional sort of like you're the worst award.
A banner just dropped.
You know, right?
I
don't
want
know.
to. I was talking the other day.
Most hilarious dumb play of the game.
A few people were talking about how they don't like the invocation cards.
Yeah.
I love them. I think the artwork's beautiful on
Me
them.
too.
But I said that I want to go find the invocation Force of Will and then just keep it off to the side like my Merit Lage token so that I can, in a hard case, hurl it at people when I Force of Will their spells. WinCon. No!
That would be very funny.
How many stores can we get kicked out of? Let's see.
Yeah,
You
our
hit
game
me
store.
in the face with a force of will.
Our game store, Daniel, we've talked about this.
Like, we like you, but...
Come on, man.
I appreciate that you bought the Force of Will here, but come on,
Come
man.
on, man.
You can't play dodgeball with it here.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a card.
What?
I start coming my whole decks in them now.
Oh.
And that triple sleeved glory.
No, that's
Oh.
Connor.
Yeah.
But
Put it in a
can
hard
you
case,
cut
hard
this?
No.
I wouldn't
I don't
even know how.
Yeah.
But no, I do believe that Ash Barrens is really good. As Sherman did mention, the more colors in the deck, the more valuable that card is.
Yeah.
But being able to pay 1 to go get a land and fix your color base is very solid.
Yeah. So let's move on here, because I just noticed that we've talked about, 3 cards, and
a great many.
time's just flying. So let's speed it up a little bit.
This is one of my favorites.
This
Okay.
is one of Hope's
I think
favorite cards.
I legitimately every single time anyone's just like, "What cards do you think more people should play?" I'm like, "Do you play a creature deck?" I'm like, "Then you should play Throne of the God Pharaoh." It's a 2-cost artifact, super cheap. It's Nicol Bolas themed, so you know I'm into it.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course. And it's at the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses life equal to the number of tapped creatures you control. So whether you're tapping them for mana, whether you tap them to attack, whatever. If somebody forcibly tapped your creatures so you couldn't attack, they're still taking damage. It's incredible. I love it.
It's hilarious, especially when you play things like...
And it's each opponent.
Dude, that would
Yeah.
backfire.
For 2 mana.
That would backfire against my Mokus deck with the what is it, War Toll? Whenever someone taps a land, they have to tap all
Yeah.
their lands. When they attack with a creature, they have to
They
tap
tap
all
all
their
of them?
creatures.
Yeah. And then you take the deeps.
Yep.
Yeah, it'd be hilarious. Like I could see this in a lot of green decks, because you have
Yeah.
Song of Freyalise where you can tap them for mana, Cryptolith,
Love
like
that card. That's another card. We don't even have that on the list. People should play that card. That card's
What,
so
Song
good.
of Freyalise?
Well, that and Cryptolith,
Crypto's
right?
right, yeah.
Right, yeah. Cryptolith, it's okay. It depends on the deck. So tapping it for creature for mana, I can understand. Is really, really good.
Yeah.
But
Well,
at the same
with your tokens, it's really good.
Yeah, with tokens it is good. You just have creatures green doesn't really need it as much, so it's not a big deal.
Well, if they're making elves and tapping said elves for mana,
Yeah,
and then it comes,
this is devastating
Oof.
for that, right?
You know, I wouldn't have even thought about that because I was like, my elves, I'm like, the only real thing I can do is attack with them. But if I'm creating all these mana junkies that I'm able to tap, and then
Well,
at the end of my turn, I tap 20 of these.
Well, imagine playing a Freyalise.
I run that in my. Everyone always it's like, oh, I have an elf ball deck and it's mono green. I'm like, there's nothing ballish about this. This is you have an elf deck.
Yeah.
I have an elf ball deck. It's Grand Warlord Rada. I make red mana. I fireball people. That's an elf ball deck.
Yeah,
but I run that in
birds.
this because I need to make it so that I can actually hit people, and I need to generate a lot of mana
Yep.
Well,
real
you
quick.
took out 2 people with 40 damage from the fireball.
Yeah, the double
Hence,
fireball.
Divine Presence, because you would only take 3.
It's like Amonkhet's such a heavy metal plane also. Can we just like take a second just to be like, wow.
Yeah.
Heavy metal. Yeah.
Really good storyline.
I
So
like
cool.
it.
So cool.
I actually didn't like the Amonkhet gods as much until I read the storyline, and now that is why I'm getting all the masterpieces of them.
Yeah.
Dope.
They're so dope.
Oh, well, it was just a really good storyline. Like, anyone who hasn't read that storyline in the lore,
Highly recommend.
go read it.
Oh my god. I literally, as soon as we're done, we finna talk, homie.
Next
Sounds
episode,
good.
Hope reads to Brian.
Yeah, next episode, Hope just goes off about the entire story, start to finish, of Nicol Bolas.
The only thing I didn't like about
Oh,
Amonkhet's
so
story is
good.
how easy it was for them to kill Razniketh. That's the only thing I didn't like. But other than that, everything else I did enjoy. So, because Razniketh is just like, they
One
kind
of
of
the
just...
demons. They
threw
just
it
kind
away.
of... I think they packed too much into the story, and then just had to like tie that part up too while they were there, and they're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, if we digress,
Something,
we're on
something,
the
demons,
tangents here.
Liliana, something, something.
But like, anyways, back to
We should do an episode about lore.
Yes!
Oh, and even before that, we also hope everyone goes and plays the unsanctioned events. I don't know if anyone's been seeing the spoilers of that. It looks very, very fun. If you play Commander, you like to have fun, go out and play those things. And also entirely disregard the rules and make Commander decks out of these new legendaries because they're hilarious.
Hilarious.
I haven't seen any of the spoilers yet, so I need to look
Oh
them up.
my god. Okay, we need to move on because
We need to move on.
we
Like,
will
this is crazy.
go off on that.
Yeah.
But anyways, this card is dope.
Tangent,
Nicol
tangent,
Bolas is tight.
tangent.
Yeah.
Do
Tangent,
damage.
tangent, tangent.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Throwing Conqueror
Next.
is fun. So let's...
2 mana, just get out of here.
Okay,
So good.
okay. So one
That's
thing...
a turn 1 drop.
Oh,
okay.
this one is also... I didn't know whether to put this in this episode or in the other episode of budget replacements for cards,
Yeah.
but we'll still talk about it right now. It is Blanket of Night.
Okay. So Blanket of Night is a enchantment for black. 1 black. Each land is a swamp in addition to
it's
its
an
other
Urborg.
land
Yes,
types.
exactly. It's an Urborg.
It's literally an Urborg enchantment.
If
Just
you
as hard to get rid
If
of.
you don't want to spend the money on an Urborg, then this is your budget
Well, then it
replacement
also
for
gives you
Urborg.
the whatever it is for your gods.
Devotion?
The
Yeah,
devotion.
that stuff.
Yeah. It's two
Yeah, and the
devotion
energy
for-
drinks
for
are
black,
just-
yeah. This is a cheaper way of getting like an Urborg out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is Urborg even a pricey card? Just
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
40
it
bucks or
is.
something.
Oh yeah, throw this in.
Yeah. So it works well if you have Cabal coffers and everything, so you don't have like it's just easier to grab the Urborg because there's so many land fetches that you can use with
Honestly,
it.
too, I'd rather have a Blanket of Night out than an Urborg because I want to be able to
Well,
there's
also-
nothing that drives me more crazy than when I draw an Urborg and I just need land.
Yeah.
Well, it is a land though.
But you need more land.
It becomes a swamp from its ability.
Yeah. Once again, early morning recording, everyone.
That's getting cut. No one's gonna know what happened.
Yeah, when you say things get cut, then I just don't cut them.
Yeah, I was
You
gonna say,
have to.
I was gonna say I asked for stuff and no, it
No,
never
it never
happens.
does.
Yeah, well, it's different.
Like my
Just
goat
don't mention it
comment.
because now they wonder.
What actually gets cut?
Nothing.
Just slide
Hey,
right into
Hey, edit
Brian's
that out.
DMs. He'll tell
Hey,
you.
edit that out, and then I never edit anything out.
Just slide
He
into Brian's
shakes his
DMs.
head.
He'll tell
I
you
just
what
make
we-
myself sound good and everyone else. I add some distortion to everyone else's voice. I don't know what these guys are doing.
Yeah,
We're degenerates.
So, Blanket of Night, it is a cheap alternative. Okay, the biggest problem with Vision with Blanket of Night
of Night.
is that it is from Vision, so it might be a little bit more difficult to find still.
Yeah.
Because Vision is such an older set.
Yeah, such a weird set.
It's such a weird set. And it is uncommon, so there's not as many. If it was common, then yeah, that's a different story, right? But it is nice to have this card for Urborg effect, especially if you have Cabal coffers or something like that, or
Which I do.
yeah, or what is the other one? Cabal Tower or whatever? I don't know.
Whatever one it is, or Mages of the Coffers,
The
anything
Cabal,
like that.
yes.
Whatever.
Or even if you have a
All
Crypt
of that.
Ghast and stuff, if all your lands are swamps, then every time you tap them, you're
Yeah.
adding extra mana. It's a solid card for its purpose, but it is rarely played. I have not seen anyone but me ever put this card down on a table.
What would be fun with this? Okay, as well, and this just in general, like we don't see this being used as much. It's like cards that have creatures that use any kind of land walk. Okay, so swamp walk, island walk, mountain walk, things like that. I think more people should play with things like that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like, the most common one we'll see is probably island walk.
Island walk,
of, like,
sure.
Screw your
merfolks.
island walk.
What?
Forest walk.
It's always you.
That's gold.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but no one else plays with them. Okay,
So many people play green though, so forest walk is.
Forest walk and island walk are the ones that I say are the best.
Yeah.
Okay, planeswalk is kind of whoop-de-doo. Not many people play white. Red maybe. Swamp walk isn't one of those. Just like it's just a bonus. If a creature has swamp walk along with whatever stuff that you have that you need, and someone else is playing black, it's
Unblockable
bonus.
is a strong metric.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Literally,
love
duh.
Jaw.
Duh, friend.
And like,
Well, what? I think you guys just have to go with swamps to hit me for everything.
Yeah,
Literally.
yeah.
Brian doesn't know that there's other colors.
But I got a night. It's fun for that, and I do think that other people or people should be playing with something like that and other things that are like that. Just cause like with the different walks, like the land walks and everything. Just cause unblockable is really really devastating.
Yeah.
Okay. Like sure, sometimes it's 3 or 4 damage, but sometimes it's like 20 damage because you can't block it. Okay. It's like protection, but better.
Yeah. Any time that you make anything unblockable, it really like
It's devastating. It hurts.
It adds it adds a dynamic to the combat stuff that you're not necessarily expecting.
You look scary now.
Don't get rid of it.
You look
I need
fancy,
that.
Daniel.
Thank
I like
you.
that.
Put your hair back.
No, anyways, back to the episode.
Okay, so this one is one that I would like to see. It's from an older set as well, from Tempest. It's an uncommon. Okay, it is a red enchantment. You know I had to put red in here somehow. Okay,
Of course you did. The artwork of this looks like somebody's shooting a laser out of their behind, so that's pretty cool.
But it is Ancient Ruins. Okay, it's 2 in a red. It does. Okay. Oh goodness.
Fantastic.
It's 2 in a red, okay, and it says, at the beginning of each player's upkeep. You notice how I always like each player's upkeep, doing stuff on that? Yeah.
Well, you're a piece of crap.
Oh, yeah. So, and also, as long as I don't smell like it, as long as I smell like roses, I don't care. So, at the beginning of each player's upkeep, Ancient Ruins deals damage to that player equal to the number of artifacts they control. Now, granted, this is for red, and red players normally play with artifacts, but, you can just lower the amount of artifacts you have. But what I like about this card is that a lot of people will play with artifacts.
Yeah.
A lot of people are using things that create either gold tokens, food tokens, treasure tokens, whatever tokens.
Yep.
They're all artifacts. I want to make sure you don't have them as much as you normally would. So it's like, okay, Smothering Tide? Yeah, none of us are going to pay. You're going to have like 3 treasure tokens on your turn, but you're going to have to sacrifice them, or else you're going to take 1 damage from each one.
Oh yeah, that would kill some players.
Yeah.
Play that Michael Simpson now.
What, Brian? What? You play enchantments.
Is that their upkeep? Ugh.
Yes.
Yeah.
So brutal.
I have to switch up my enchantment deck to a green, white, blue so I can get the Leyline of Anticipation in it so I can actually
So you can use
play
the
some
mana.
things. Yeah, play some things.
But this is a really good card for that, because a lot of people will play artifacts that and then you do
Ready.
have a lot of artifacts that or things that do create token artifacts.
Well, even
Yeah.
if you're dropping the
bogus.
mana rocks,
What?
like you turn into a really good. Oh, I've got my Soul Ring out. I hit a Signet and everything. Suddenly you're taking 2 damage and upkeep. That's the whole point of Mogus. It
Yeah.
kills you.
Yeah,
you will die
that's
to that.
That's gonna go into Mogus.
Yeah.
Why do I keep
Ew.
giving you ideas?
Yeah, no.
I don't know, but I just want to exactly point that out. It's like literally that's all you've been doing this entire episode. Is like Brian's been like
Taking
he's
Here you
got
go,
a
Brian. Here you go. Here you
notebook,
go.
like
But this is a really really fun card. This will make you a target. I warn you right now. This will make you a target.
Yeah.
literally nothing he's not used to.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
every game.
Well, you're used to it, Brian. I'm definitely used to it. So
I'm not.
No one draws my ire.
Yeah.
Everybody leaves me alone.
We were about to start more games on Friday. I was
What's the
instantly
target
getting
demographic?
targeted.
No target demographic.
Only
Only targets.
Yeah. So, but this is a fun card. This might be hard to find once again, just because it is in Tempest. It is an uncommon, so it should be easier because of that.
Price-wise, easy.
Price-wise,
Yeah.
this is really, really cheap.
Honestly, Tempest has just so many good cards that should be played more.
Like Tempest, Visions, Urza Saga, stuff like that.
Ooh, love
Those are really
Urza.
strong. The moment
Love
that you hit
Urza
like
Saga.
the Masquerade and whatnot, it just went downhill. Odyssey, stuff like that, and then whoopsies.
Uh-huh.
So we're not gonna edit that out now, are we?
Yeah, Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel, hitting your own mic.
But yes, no, there is just Tempest had a lot of really good cards. Like if you could still just find random packs of it, it would be a fun set to crack constantly.
Yeah, and for a good cheap price.
Yeah,
because they are
you can
expensive.
probably find packs, but not for like $3 to $5.
No, there's gonna be like like $15, $20 or something like that. Maybe even more. I don't know. I don't keep track of prices like that.
Yeah,
So-
neither do I.
Could be cheap, maybe.
Could be.
We buying a box, boys.
And we all crack it open like, hey, this will be our first YouTube video, just cracking open Tempest packs.
Oh my
Do we have
God.
these white gloves? I want to be fancy.
Actually, literally, I do. I've got like
Yes.
12 pairs in the garage.
Done deal.
Because you just never know.
That's true. Okay, let's go into this one. Daniel, this one is one of the ones they had on the list here.
Yeah, I love to play this card. It's super good in token decks. It's good in any deck that you can fetch things, but it's super good in token decks.
What is it?
Perilous Forays.
What does it do?
Perilous
What?
Forays, without even having to look at it, lets you sacrifice your creatures for 1 mana to go and fetch any basic land type. Not basic land. You can fetch dual lands with this. You can fetch anything that has a basic land type on the card. So you can sack this for plateaus, underground seas, anything like that. As long as you sack 1 creature for 1 mana, you can fetch. This is Bloodstained Mire for 1 mana instead of 1 life. And a creature.
It's
Very
great.
cool.
It's like 3 green for this enchantment. And they come in and play tap, whoop-de-doo. You don't care. You're just, like you said, token decks, you have 5 tokens. If you want to get rid of 2 of them, sure, sacrifice 2
Well,
of
someone
them.
goes to board wipe you, tap 5
Suck
mana,
off.
blow 5 creatures, get
Grab
5
all
more
the
lands.
land out of your deck.
Yeah. I would play stuff like Revolt and everything if I had to do this. Because oh yeah, I had something leave or Morbid. Something left the battlefield because of me, so I'm just going to throw this out. Oh, I had the Morbid trigger or whatever, like Deadweight. Huh?
Well, I run this in Slimefoot specifically as well because
oh,
he has
of course you would.
such a good trigger on the death.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So you land ramp, you get your Slimefoot triggers.
Thank
Slimefoot's
you.
so good.
More ideas. Thank you.
Yeah. And this looks like it's going to be like a cheaper card because it is an uncommon from Ravnica City of
It's like
Guilds.
$1, I think.
At most.
At
For
most.
uncommon? that's pretty good.
That's 50 cents.
It could
I
be.
hope.
yeah.
It could be. It depends on the story. It
Yeah.
depends on how popular it is and all
The
that
card
stuff.
is.
Like, heck, look at Ristic Study. Ristic Study is an uncommon.
That
How
is
much
true.
is that?
Yeah, it's very true.
Sure isn't 50 cents.
Yeah.
If anyone has
I
heuristic
still-
studies they want to donate to the Brian cause, I'd
I
probably
still
take
wouldn't
up on
run it in
that.
50 cents. I don't like that card.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But there's a lot of things you can do with Perilous Forays. Especially, I could see a lot of people doing this for like Slimefoot, token decks. Even if you have a Tatiova
Yep.
deck, right? Because then, you sacrifice creature, you're dropping a land in, you're getting a card draw, you're gaining on life.
Yep.
So I can totally see that for that as well.
Well, anything that needs land or big creatures and generates those smaller creatures to do so.
Yeah.
This is also really, really good in Corvold decks. He's one of those new commanders. It's whenever you
Of
sacrifice
course.
something, you draw, so you sack, you ramp. It's also a sack outlet for his... It's a pretty solid
Yeah.
card.
You
and-
see that for Windgrace and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's so many
And
things. Like,
landfall deck. Like all
Yeah,
the time.
any
Oh, yeah.
landfall deck, that'd be really cool.
Landfall for, especially
Well,
considering
One
you
north.
go
Green
crazy on it.
landfall.
Its ability to grab the basic land types is what makes it good. It would still be pretty good just if it only fetched basic lands. But I think the ability to pull out duels, to pull out breeding pools, anything like that, it makes it a really, really solid addition.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's keep on going here, because holy god, time is just flying by!
Yeah,
Let's keep on talking about too many
we
things.
could talk about a lot of cards, yeah.
Yeah. So let's just talk about this one as well here real fast. Green, Yay.
Of course.
Growth Spasm.
What I'm seeing from this list is people should just play more green.
No. Green, come on.
Yes, agreed.
We're blue.
10 out of 10 agree.
Greened.
No. Okay.
Puns.
So this is for 2 and a green, a sorcery. Search your library for a basic land card. Easy. Put it onto the battlefield tapped. Easy. Then shuffle your library. Cool. Create a 0/1 colors Eldrazi spawn creature token. It has sacrifice this creature, add 1 colorless.
Yep.
Okay.
Go.
Really simple. It's just like anything else. Sort of like, like Cultivate, Kodama's Reach, Growth the Ashes and everything. It just...
You get like 2 mana from it though, because you get the.
Well, you get the token, and in a lot of,
Yeah.
if you're a token-centric deck, you're running Parallel Lives, running Annoying Procession, anything like that, you're doubling up on the tokens, but it's also a blocker.
Yeah.
A blocker is really, really cool for.
Yeah.
And then you sack that 0/1 to go and find another land.
Yep.
Last
Yeah.
card.
Yeah.
With the
It's beautiful.
forays, just keep on going back and forth, etc., etc.
Awakening Zone is one we just skipped over there. It's basically the same thing,
Very similar.
but on an enchantment. I don't see a lot of people
Yeah.
playing it,
At
and
the
I love it.
It's at the
I
beginning
saw
of your
it in
upkeep. You
16.
get one of those same Eldrazi spawn, the
You saw what,
0/1.
I saw it in 60 card decks, but
Yeah,
I haven't
it's-
seen Commander.
I really like it in
I
Commander.
only
It's-
have it in the Animar.
It can be a pretty easy turn 2 card, and it can get out of control if you get those.
See, this card's good in things like, a Marin deck.
I run it in Prosh because, if I can
Yeah,
get it out
I
early
totally
and
see
everything,
that.
it gives me things to sack to Prosh. It gives me... the really fun thing to do is to just sit there with 15 of these on deck and then trigger Beastmaster's Ascension with it and overrun them with it.
Yeah. Well, think of it this way, okay? You're getting a 0/1 creature
Oh, man.
every single turn where you don't have to do anything else, okay? There's a lot of cards where,
I'll accept free creatures.
Well, nobody's going to do anything.
Play
about
it
them.
10
Nobody
turns,
cares.
Triumph of the Hordes.
yeah.
That would be hysterical.
But
Yeah.
Think of it this way. Traditionally, cards that say like create a creature or whatever, okay, either have a high casting cost or there's like a downside where you have to pay an upkeep or you have to sacrifice something or whatever.
Yeah, this is just a
Awakening
token
Zone-
generator that you don't have to dump any more mana into.
Yeah, and it's a 3 cost. It's 2 and a green. That's it.
Well, and it also gives you the sackable creatures for mana.
Yeah.
So it's token gen, it's ramp. It'll trigger dice triggers, it'll trigger sacrifice triggers, or it'll just give you bodies to block with.
Yeah.
Very
it's really-
versatile.
It's really, really good. So you can block it and sacrifice it for mana ramp and everything. It's really, really nice for that. You can pump them up. You can like do all that stuff. It's not a big deal. Like it is a good card for the CMC that you're paying for. And it is a rare, but it's going to be like a cheaper rare.
Yeah.
It's not like it's $10 or anything.
No.
Which is next card we're going to talk about here. It's a little bit more expensive. I wish more people would play something like this. But it's reiterate. Okay?
I think more people would if the cost was lower, and the cost is arguably it's arguably justified based on what it is. Buyback was one of the most busted mechanics.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
the fact that it's buyback is why it's so
Okay.
expensive.
So reiterate, it's 1 red, okay? Instant speed, does have a buyback of 3. So buyback, for those who don't know, may pay an additional 3 mana as you cast a spell. If you do, put this card in your hand as it resolves. And then you can copy target instant or sorcery spell and may choose new targets for a copy.
Yeah, so you can reverberate with buyback.
Yeah. So it's like, it's a, or you can play like a fork, let's say, or something like that. Or something that copies, okay? But not just your spell. You want to copy someone else's spell. And I don't see enough red players playing something like this, okay? Because when
$10 is fairly cheap, in all honesty.
it's not that bad. Like a fork is $20, and if you don't get that, okay, I can understand. But like, reiterate is so useful because like a lot of people will use reiterate for themselves. Okay, it's like I'll fireball and reiterate, so I have 2 fireballs, something like that. But if
Sounds like something like Daniel would do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, he's
Oh,
a
yeah.
degenerate, so.
Reiterate's a great card.
if someone casts like say Cyclonic Breath, okay, fine, I'll copy Cyclonic Breath.
You do it too.
again, and then the other person has to.
That
to-
actually I would really like because there's nothing
so
nothing
it's
better
a true
than
board wipe.
Then
Everyone-
seeing the person casting it go, oh no, my
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, because normally people are doing that to whatever, right? Or same thing with like Torment of Hellfire. Or
That'd be a funny one too.
See now you're thinking outside the box, right? Like not just your spells, other people's spells. Teferi's Protection. Okay,
Yeah.
someone's doing something. Oh, your Teferi's Protection to hide yourself.
I too will blink.
I will do that as well. Because remember, you copy it and you can choose new targets.
Yeah.
The new target can be you.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
And
then you-
thinking
Okay, I'm just like,
But then
could
you buy
could
it
you
back.
phase out the person? Can
Then you
phase
buy it
out
back,
the
you
person
know what
that's
I
doing
mean? Like-
whatever?
Yeah, but then like it would the spells would stack. Right?
Yeah, that's true. Never mind.
So
Bad idea.
But there's so many silly things that you could copy.
Yeah.
And it's a 3 cost. Like that's.
It's a 3 cost. So like if you don't
it's a
use
6 cost.
So this
but
card.
that's only if you have to. If you're trying to do the buyback.
This is
should.
really, really good in Kess because Kess lets you cast 1 from graveyard every turn. And
Ooh.
if you cast the spell from graveyard, you do have the buyback option there.
Yeah.
So you only have to buy it back once every 2 times you cast it with Kess, which is pretty fun.
Is Isochronic Scepter costed 2?
2, yes.
2.
I wish
Yes, we
you,
cannot
I
do
wish
that.
you could put it on that.
But you could do a fork with Isochron Scepter.
I could do a whole episode on nonsense you could put on Isochron Scepter.
Yeah.
I think I own 17 copies of it. It's stupid, and I love that card.
It's just so versatile.
You can definitely wreck someone's day with that card.
Yes.
totally.
Silence every turn.
Orm's Chant.
Yeah. Like everyone always does, like dramatic reversal to get the
Or
infinite
counterspell.
whatever, or counterspell and all that stuff. But like I'll throw in stupid stuff. Like I'll throw in like things like the Dawn Charm. People have put in fogs, and that's totally
Fog, Respite, stuff like that. Yeah.
silly things like that. Yeah, there's so many things that are too or lower mana cost. They're just fun. So, like I said, I put on the
Cyclonic
Revitalize
Rift.
ones.
Really show your dominance at the table.
Yeah. But like reiterate and things like that, like fork and everything. They tend to be pricier anyways for red.
Well, that's an amazing ability in all honesty.
Yeah.
Did you overload it?
No, you can only cast it for its 2
Okay.
costs.
Yeah.
Funny enough, they used to have the ruling actually was changed specifically. Rules were changed because of Cyclonic Rift. Not Cyclonic Rift, Isochron Scepter.
Yeah.
The split cards before, you could, if one of the sides was 2, you could imprint it under.
Yeah.
Now a split card CMC is the total cost of both printed sides.
That's interesting.
Because you used to be able to put instant speed things under it and then cast both sides without paying, like you could cast one or the other.
Can
Yeah.
you imagine having the mill one on it?
Yes, so you could, exactly, you could do a lot of those. I think people did it with Expanse Explosion. I'm not sure which one it was.
That's nasty, though.
But yeah, a lot of it was pretty nonsense.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, that makes sense, though, that they would have to change it, because that's too much.
Yeah, I actually didn't know that ruling until Dean played his the ninjutsu deck, and he includes a lot of the split cost cards because it's the total CMC of both sides instead of that. So
That's very cool.
yeah,
This next card
that makes sense now.
that we're about to talk about is one of my absolute favorite cards in Magic.
I
because
love this card too.
I like to gamble.
this should be played in a lot of decks. This is one of the most fun cards to
I'm
play.
really surprised not many people play this.
I guess not many people play Sultai Colors.
That's true.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I get it. So we're talking about Villainous Wealth.
So it's X, black, green, blue, and it's sorcery, and basically it's a Jed wave for your opponent. So it reads target,
But it hits spells,
But
too.
hits spells. So target opponent exiles the top X cards of the library, and you may cast any number of non-land cards with converted mana cost X or less from among them without paying their mana cost.
This
Which is
so
awesome.
brutal.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
It is so much fun. Especially if you can really dump a ton of mana
Yeah,
into
like,
it and just take a
Villainous
chunk
Wealth
of
for,
their
like,
deck
12?
and just 20.
Well, you're in
Yeah.
blue.
What I was thinking.
You're in blue. You have a lot of copy spell effects. That's it can be pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Well, so you've
Cast
got
10
the, you've
cards
got the
from
green.
3 players' decks is rough.
Yeah, well, you've got the green for the heavy mana. You've got the blue to copy it.
Let's just run this in red, and I'm gonna.
Oh, if this was in red, that'd
you
be-
imagine?
That's,
Oh
I
my
think it's
God.
probably why it's not in
I'm gonna
red because
Yeah.
this would
reiterate
be like in every
Play a
Izzet deck.
Brea. Ooh, I do have a Brea. I haven't even made a
Does Brea have green though?
You're right. It does. It's,
Yeah,
it's
she's-
white.
Yeah.
So
If Brea had green, whew.
So which one would it be? Sasuke?
Yeah, probably.
Saskia? Yeah, maybe.
He's another one you don't really see many commanders of. He's the out of that entire block, you really see like the
What
group
block?
hug one. It's the 4 color commanders.
Yeah.
So
You see Atraxa and
Yeah.
you see
I think it's
Your baby.
Hero and Melodus or something.
yeah, something like that. So you see those two the most. The other one's the Cascade one and the other one's Brea.
Yeah.
So Cascade twice. Awesome. But like once again, tangents. Sorry.
Cascade's
Villainous
a
Wealth.
cool mechanic, also.
It is. I don't see enough people playing it.
I never see Cascade. I think it's super cool and fun.
Yeah, I've only seen it in like
Relentless Rats.
Oh, Relentless. rat,
Rubbing
rat,
Stone.
rat, rat.
That's Ripple.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
It's the same thing.
It's literally the same thing.
Just better.
But Villainous Wealth, yeah, it can be devastating if you're targeting someone that you know has really, really, really powerful things.
Or it's close to the end of the game.
Yeah.
What?
Or it's close to the end of the game and you just mill them out, basically.
I love the fact that
not even mill. There's some things like if you hit Hope with this when she's playing dragons, you do have a realistic chance of hitting. Like if you can go 12
like 5,
deep,
6 dragons.
Oh no, like 8 or 9 dragons.
Yeah, that's true.
And big ones.
Yeah, huge ones.
Big boys.
And they can't really blame you because there's
Big
like they're like, you know, like you have such powerful things. Like no, you have powerful things. I'm just using it for
hitting
now.
me with this card in a lot of decks. You do have. I don't think a lot of people realize I put Blightsteel Colossus in a
lot
ton of
Well,
decks.
why not?
I haven't
Colorless.
seen.
A lot of the time hold it because I'm like I shouldn't do this. But yeah, there's a real chance that if you villainous wealth me, you might hit that Blightsteel Colossus and oops.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You never know what you're going to hit. It's like roulette. It's
Yeah.
like playing Panini.
That's why I like it. Because that's why I like to gamble. Like I like any deck where I get to gamble.
Everything, yeah. I love to Gen Wave my own deck. I love to Primal Surge my own deck, and I've never built a deck around Primal Surging. So
much fun.
I either hit really, really good, or I get like 2 in, and it's a Cultivate.
Oh yeah.
True.
I love like Brian. I love watching you when you play your Atla. Panini.
Palani.
I'm just hungry now. So, but like I love watching you, and then you're flipping things instead of getting like a dinosaur, you get like one of the like mana reducing ones.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and I'm just laughing my
One
head
time
off.
I did that. I got like Yavimaya Elder, and I was so pissed. I was like, "This is not."
But
anything.
the funny thing is, like, picturing it like crack out of an egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Like an elf just like...
Ew.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just imagining like. Okay,
Okay.
I don't want to talk about it.
So this one I want to talk about real fast here, just because I think it should be put in more decks, but it's just like it's very, very situational. But like not many people have considered or thought about it. I think.
I'm reading this one. I'm like, I don't understand it. So I'm excited for you to explain.
Okay, so this card we're talking about is Sleight of Mind. It's a 1 blue mana cost, a single blue. Okay, instant. And you change the text of target spell or permanent by replacing all instances of one color with another one. Okay? So if it says target black spell, you can change it to target blue spell. But you can use this for other things.
Do you use it for protection?
This,
you can.
So I kind of want to go off on a little bit. This card is not played in Commander basically at all.
No, I've never seen it.
It is played specifically in competitive with Momir Vig.
Yes.
Because with Momir Vig, he has 2 abilities. One is whenever you cast a green creature, you can tutor and put a creature on top of your library. When you cast a blue creature, or it's blue creature or spell, you can go and grab, or you draw the top card of your library.
Yeah.
So with this, you change the blue text to green, and whenever you cast your green creature, you both tutor and then draw.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it is a power engine card.
Yeah. So it's fantastic for that.
And it is a permanent change.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes, it is not. It is not
change
until
back.
end of turn. It is a permanent change.
Yeah.
Oh.
So if someone.
Oh yeah, this effect lasts indefinitely.
Yeah. So if there was something that was like, hey, target creature has protection from blue or from red, no longer. It has protection from white now.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So.
I
Oh look,
can't
you have.
Why does nobody run this?
What?
Why does nobody run this?
Because
For the indefinitely? That's so cool.
Because like back in the day, like most people, like there's not many cards that say like like this color matters, that color matters, and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
we're starting to see more and
A
more.
lot of that.
A lot of that now. The meta has changed a lot.
Totally.
Okay, like devotion, like especially like when your devotion to green is this. Now when your devotion to red.
Oh, that's
Literally just ruined Mogus.
that's hilarious.
Yeah, think of it. Okay.
With devotion, yeah, that would be a really, really interesting.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking of, like the new ones that come out
Yeah.
where they're like Erebos or whoever.
Yeah.
Where it's the
Yeah.
life. Their life is the devotion,
Yeah.
right? Their toughness. So like, his devotion is equal to the amount of green or whatever you don't have.
Yeah.
Well, and
So
that's
he
like,
is 0 and he dies.
well, that's even like what we talked about last week with Annex.
Yeah.
You know, same.
Yeah. The only thing.
Oh,
is
that'd be
you can't-
hilarious to play on one of those demigod ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't change mana symbols, right? But it doesn't matter because all the gods are saying
Devotion to
a certain
X
color.
color, yes.
Yeah. So now you can change it so that they
you have
never
you
become
have a
anything.
0-2.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Okay. Or you can change like a sword that says like protected from like black and red to like white and red or something like that. Something that doesn't affect you anymore.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
Yeah, it's like this is one of the reasons why like sometimes like with like things like was it flickering ward or whatever.
Yep.
Like you give protection to whatever color.
You can change that color to something else. That's hilarious.
And I'll see someone that has like a bunch of auras on some creature, and I'll just cast it, say like protection from black, and all the black auras fall off.
That was gonna be my question. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah. So Sleight of Mind basically does kind of like the same thing, but like especially with like I said with Theros right now, Beyond Death, like there's all these new gods. We're going to see stuff like that. We're going to see a lot more devotion.
Yeah.
Or things that matter more devotion. Sleight of Mind is going to be something that everyone should keep in mind.
Because the meta's going to adjust a little bit now with the new set. It just is going to happen. People are going to run those legendary creatures that are cool. They're going to make them their commanders. You're going to ruin their entire deck.
Their
it's
lives.
Hilarious.
Yeah. So it is something that is really, really... Well, I think it's really, really fun.
It's interesting at the very least.
But once again, this is what we're talking about before and a few other times. You got to play to your meta.
Yep.
Okay. The meta has changed. There are a bunch of things that are changing. With the new set, this card has been something that I bet most people have not even considered.
I have not even heard of.
Yeah. So it's one of those things that is just like, okay, yeah, like we should look into these older cards, things that can do like stupid stuff, especially something like this. So Sleight of Mind is one of them that I wanted to make sure that we at least touched on, no matter what, because it's just hilarious. So
last one for this one?
Yeah, I think we'll do the last one, and then that's it. So
one of my favorite cards in Magic with, I think, two of the coolest artworks.
Yes.
I love both the old and the new artwork. They're both beautiful.
All right.
With that being said.
This is Pattern of Rebirth. Okay. Enchantment Aura, 3 and a green. All right. So, when enchanted creature dies, that creature's controller may search your library for a creature card, put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle their library.
Gross.
Oh, it's Teresa Nielsen, that's why.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's an amazing artist.
She's awesome.
That's very true.
But yes, it is a really good card for multiple things. One, if you have sack outlets and you want to get through things. Two, it insulates you very well from board wipes.
Yeah.
You can wipe my board, but I am going to go get whatever I want. And 9.5 out of times out of 10, I fetch Vorinclex with it.
Of course you would.
Yeah.
Vorinclex. Or something like ridiculous also, like a previous Great Worm.
Oh, yeah. You can, to be able to, with the growth spasm tokens we talked about, to put this on that, sack it for mana, and then go fetch an in previous Great Worm, or...
How fun.
Yeah.
And then use that other card that you talked about, which one, and then shuffle your graveyard back into your library, and then get the Pattern of Rebirth back.
Or you have the Wheel of Sun and Moon, which I just found out about on Friday.
That is a good card.
Anything that's going to go into your graveyard gets shuffled or put onto the bottom of your library instead. The
anti-mill card.
I love it.
Hilarious.
Yeah. So you can just keep casting spells and just put it to the bottom of your library, and then when you search, you shuffle it up again. Yeah.
Oh my god, super fun.
What I love about Pattern of Rebirth is just the fact that they don't have a limitation on the converted mana cost of the creature you bring out.
Yeah.
Or the color, even if it was go fetch a green color because it's green.
That would be good.
But this is anything, and I put this in a lot of decks. This is in my Sliver deck, this is in Dragon decks, this is in the Eldrazi deck, because again, you want to sack those Eldrazi.
Get my Ulamog.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This card is a little bit harder to find from time to time, because like I've gone to a few LGSs. I don't know about online. I don't really.
It's just one you don't see often, right? There's not many of them, and the people who play them. I have like probably.
You probably have all of them.
I have 30 or 40
you
copies.
Got the Calgary collection.
Yeah.
So, like, I remember one of our friends, Cassidy. He was searching for one for I think 3 or 4 months or something like that. Before
he should have asked me.
He got one. Oh. Yeah.
Daniel, do you have a Pattern of Rebirth that I can use?
I think I have 2 or 3 still in my binders there, yeah. I love Pattern of Rebirth. I have it in decks it's not even good in.
But it's just because it's a good card.
Yeah.
So,
but the creature,
go and get whatever I want.
The creature does have to die. You cannot put this on your commander and trigger it, very sadly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would be the best card to protect your commander with.
Scarab God. Or, well, no, sorry, it's not green. But any of those ones where you can put it back into your hand.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So, but it is a good card.
I like it overall. What are pet cards you don't see very often? You're one that you're so proud that you're the only one who plays.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, we have so many more cards we want to talk about, but we just aren't going to get there.
The list is literally endless, of cool cards.
Everyone has like pet cards that they have to put into every single deck, or like they
or just ones that you found your search and gather or something. You're like, oh, this is it. This is the guy.
Or when you're out playing at your LGS Friday nights and you're playing a game and then someone goes, I'm going to play this. And you're like,
what
is that? I've never seen this before.
What is this? Yeah, tell me, please.
Yes, let me take a photo of that.
Yeah.
I do ask to take pictures of cards all the time, and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that this exists.
Yeah.
This is a card?
Yep.
Cool, yeah. Just let us know anywhere, any social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can hit us up and let us know on our Discord. We'd be happy to hear from you guys.
Come and join us.
Yeah.
Yep. So
One of us.
Anyways.
Yeah,
9. Okay, anyways.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
All right, catch you all later.
See ya.